I want to thank everybody for coming together today. It's important to do this. It's important to have times to get together to talk about how our country is delivered to us because of God, because of Jesus Christ. We can all agree our nation faces, as Pam said, tough challenges, and we clearly need God's help. Our nation was founded on the principles of God-given freedom. Today we celebrate the freedom here in Florida's capital by asking God to give us the wisdom and direction from Him. I'm grateful to live in a country and in a state that defends our right to live, pray, and worship as we choose. Today I want to remember something one of our founding fathers said. Benjamin Franklin understood that the very existence of our nation depended on God's help. He said, "The longer I live, the more convincing proofs I see that God governs in the affairs of men. And if a sparrow cannot fall to the ground without His notice, it is probable that an empire can rise without His aid." We can be certain that our nation is the world power it is today only because God has come to our aid. My mother taught me as a child to lean on Jesus Christ. Since then, this morning I get to do a Skype with a fourth grade class, and they asked me, who I sort of relied on and who was my inspiration. And I told them that the first was Jesus Christ, and the second was my mom, who seemed really nice in all those commercials. She wasn't. She made me go to church a lot. She told me when I was in Methodist Youth Fellowship in 7th grade to quit singing. I still remember that. I bring that up to her often. But I pray for God's wisdom and direction each and every day. I want to thank everybody here. I want to thank people around the state, because I know as I travel the state that people tell me they're praying for me and my family. I am confident God has given me strength and endurance because of your prayers. Every opportunity I get, I ask praying people to remember our leaders. And there's leaders all across this room and all across this state and all across our country. For those in Washington, D.C., or in Tallahassee, and the capital cities across our nation, that we will all have wisdom in all of our decisions. I also ask you to remember those who are in need of job opportunities. Even though we've had a great 16 months, we still have 800,000 people out of work. 800,000 people that are worried about how they're going to put food on the table, pay their rent, build their families, make sure their children can get an education, be clothed, all these things. 800,000 people. So please pray for them. We need more businesses and job opportunities in our state. So please pray for Florida businesses and our men and women in uniform. Whether they're overseas defending our freedom, or whether they're right here defending our freedom and our right to live the lives we lead right here in our state. Since I become governor, we have lost 12 members of law enforcement. If you go to any one of those funerals, your heart goes out to those families. It's a tragedy. And they're putting their lives at risk. And think about the countless individuals that have been lost overseas in Iraq and Afghanistan and other places, defending our right to do this. And on a personal note, my wife Ann and I pray for our first grandson. He's almost 6 months old. So he's fun. We get my daughter gives us pictures every day. She called me on Monday. She said, "I think I've been starving him." The doctor told her that she should just breastfeed for 6 months. She said the first time she gave him, he's 5.5, gave him some food, he didn't stop eating. He kept grabbing a spoon. So I pray that my daughter gave him plenty of food. But thank each of you for coming together today. This is important to do this. It's important that you have leaders that believe in God, believe in the right to freedom. I know here in Tallahassee, you have leaders that believe that way. And I know Speaker Ken is going to be up here in a little bit, and I don't know anybody I've been around that can pray as well as he can. So hopefully he's doing a prayer today. So it's a real honor to be here. Thank you very much.